you ever imagined yourself at an airport and suddenly forgetting every English word you know? Maybe Italy, maybe Japan, maybe Canada, maybe somewhere you saw in a movie or on Instagram. You imagine the airplane, the airport, the hotel, the beautiful streets, the coffee shops, the photos. Everything feels exciting, but then suddenly, one scary thought enters your mind. What if I can't speak English? And now your confidence disappears. You imagine yourself standing at the airport. Someone asks you a question, and your brain becomes completely empty. No words, no sentences, only panic. If this has happened to you before, don't worry, really. You are not alone. Hi, I'm Emma from Talk and Learn English, and today we are talking about English you must know before traveling abroad. Not difficult English, not academic English. Real English, useful English. English that helps you survive at airports, hotels, restaurants, taxis, and real-life situations. Because honestly, sometimes one simple sentence can save your whole day. And the good news is this: you do not need perfect English to travel. You only need simple English and a little confidence. Okay, let's begin at the airport. You arrive with your suitcase. Maybe you feel excited, maybe nervous too. You look around and see hundreds of people walking fast. Some people are running. Some people look lost. Some people are sleeping in impossible positions on airport chairs. Airports are a strange world. Then suddenly an airport worker looks at you and says, "Can I see your passport?" Very important sentence. Passport. You smile and answer, "Sure, here you go." Simple. Easy. Then maybe they ask, "Where are you traveling today?" You can answer, "I'm traveling to France," or "I'm here for vacation." Good. Now let me tell you something funny. One time I was at the airport after a very long flight. I was tired, very tired. The airport worker asked me something in English, very fast English, and honestly, I understood almost nothing. But instead of asking him to repeat, I just smiled and nodded. Big mistake. Because 5 minutes later, I realized I was standing in the wrong line for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So please remember this important sentence. Can you repeat that, please? This sentence is magic. Never feel embarrassed to use it. Even fluent English speakers ask people to repeat things, especially in airports. People speak fast there like they are in an action movie. Okay, now imagine you leave the airport and need a taxi. You open the taxi door. The driver smiles. "Hello, where are you going?" "Ah, yes." The famous question. You can say, "To the city center, please," or "To this hotel, please." Easy. Now the driver starts talking. Maybe he asks, "First time here?" or "Where are you from?" And suddenly, surprise conversation. You answer slowly, "I'm from Morocco." And then the driver says, "Ah, Morocco, very nice." Travel conversations are often simple like this. You do not need complicated English. Small talk is enough. Then comes another important travel question. Cash or card? You will hear this sentence everywhere. Taxis, restaurants, coffee shops, stores, and hotels, and even tiny little places. Cash or card? One time I was so tired during travel that someone asked me, "Cash or card?" and I answered, "Thank you." Wrong answer, Emma. Very wrong answer. The worker looked confused. I looked confused. Everybody looked confused. Traveling is a beautiful adventure, and also a beautiful mess sometimes. Okay, now let's go to the hotel. You walk to reception with your suitcase. Maybe you practiced this moment in your head already. The receptionist smiles and asks, "Do you have a reservation?" Reservation means booking. You can answer, "Yes, I booked a room online." Very natural. Then maybe they ask, "How many nights?" You answer, 3 nights. Good. Simple English works. Always remember that. Simple English is powerful. Now imagine you enter your hotel room. You finally relax. You jump on the bed dramatically like people do in movies. Life is beautiful again. Then suddenly, no Wi-Fi. Disaster. Real disaster. Now you go back downstairs and say, "Excuse me, the Wi-Fi is not working." Very useful sentence. Or maybe, "I need help, please." Simple, clear, effective. Now let's continue our trip and visit a restaurant. Honestly, restaurants are one of the best places to practice English because conversations are usually short and easy. The waiter arrives and asks, "What would you like to order?" You can say, "I would like a burger and water, please." Or, "Can I have a pizza, please?" Very good. "Can I have" is one of the best travel expressions ever. You can use it almost everywhere. "Can I have a coffee?" "Can I have the menu?" "Can I have the bill?" Important sentence. Very important, especially when you see the prices at the airport cafe. $8 for coffee? At that moment, water suddenly becomes very attractive. Now let's learn another useful expression. How much is this? Perfect for shopping. Imagine you are in a market. You see something beautiful, maybe shoes, maybe a bag, maybe snacks you do not need but suddenly want very badly. You ask, "How much is this?" Easy. And if the price is too expensive, your face will speak every language automatically. No English needed. Now let me tell you another travel story. One time I was visiting a new city and using my phone map. I looked very confident, very professional, like I knew exactly where I was going. But after 20 minutes, I realized I was completely lost. Not a little lost, very lost. And then my phone battery died. Perfect timing. So I walked to someone and said, "Excuse me, can you help me?" And guess what? They helped me immediately. This is important. Most people are kind when you try to communicate. They do not expect perfect English. They just want to understand you. So please do not stay silent because you are afraid of mistakes. Mistakes are normal. Travel mistakes become funny memories later. Now let's talk about another important place, the airport again, because airports love stress. Imagine the worker asks, "Did you pack your bags yourself?" Or, "Do you have any liquids?" Sometimes these questions sound scary, but stay calm. Travel English becomes easier with practice. The more you hear these expressions, the more natural they become. Now I want to teach you a few travel expressions you should always remember. Excuse me. Very polite, very useful. Thank you. Simple but powerful. Where is the bathroom? Trust me. This becomes important very quickly during travel. Can you help me? Excellent sentence. I'm lost. Hopefully you never need it. But honestly, you probably will one day. And that's okay. Traveling is not about being perfect. It is about exploring, learning, trying, speaking, growing. Sometimes your English will sound amazing. Sometimes your brain will stop working because you're tired. Both are normal. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You are traveling somewhere beautiful. You walk into a coffee shop confidently. You order in English. You ask questions. You understand people. You smile more. You feel independent. That feeling is possible. And it starts with small steps today. One phrase today, one conversation tomorrow. Little by little, your English grows. Confidence grows too. Before we finish, let's review some important travel English. Can I see your passport? Can you repeat that, please? Where are you going? Cash or card? Do you have a reservation? Can I have? How much is this? Can you help me? Very useful expressions for real life. And remember this, you do not need perfect English to travel the world. You need courage, you need practice, and you need to believe that mistakes are part of learning. Every traveler feels nervous sometimes. Every English learner struggles sometimes. But every conversation makes you stronger. So speak, even if your voice shakes, even if your grammar is not perfect, even if you forget words sometimes, because brave English is more powerful than silent English. Before you go, write in the comments, which country would you love to visit one day? And tell me one English phrase you want to use there. Also, if this episode helped you, please like the video, subscribe to Talk and Learn English, and share this with a friend who dreams of traveling abroad. This is Emma. See you in the next episode, and remember, the world feels smaller when you are brave enough to speak to it.